Hi guys, welcome to MediaByte. Thank you for clicking on this video. I absolutely love fantasy movies so much, and I want to make sure those of you who aren't sure what their best fantasy movies are to maybe look at my list and start your journey down this amazing path. Again, this is just my opinion, and if you have a different opinion, please put it in the comments below. Stick around to see our list, and if you want to follow us on Twitter, it is @MediaByteCo, and Instagram is @MediaByteCompany. With that, let's get started. In this spot, we are including both the newest Dune movie and the older Dune movie, just kind of wrapping them all up as one giant story. These are both really good spots to start diving into the fantasy genre because of the type of world that it opens for you. The best part about these movies are what they do in terms of creating a currency and how the society of the world inside the movie survives and thrives. If you really like things like Fallout or meets space or the Outer Worlds game basically, you will probably really like this movie and all it holds. Well, with that, let's move to the number 4 spot. For this spot, I put the first of the trilogy of the Lord of the Rings movies, but if you have not seen these movies, you really haven't lived yet. I am wrapping again all of these Lord of the Rings movies into one spot. It's so much easier to do it that way because you just need to watch all of them. They're all amazing. Some of the greatest lines of dialogue ever are in these movies, and the creation of the world outdoes almost any fantasy movies I can possibly think of. There's nothing quite like the languages and the history of each different area of this world that is Lord of the Rings. You need to watch these movies as soon as you can. Watch the extended editions if you can, because those are truly mind-opening into the long and majestic world of the Lord of the Rings. This movie, while I believe it's probably the most technical, best movie on this list, I do believe there are some better fantasy movies which I have put in the spots below this one. But if you have not seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, just from a filmmaking perspective, there was nothing like watching this movie for the first time. Think back to when this movie was made and what it actually is and what it actually predicted, and there's nothing quite like that. Hal, the AI robot, was recently installed into the spaceship headed for the moon. There's so much more to this story I could bring up, that the monoliths and things like that, but I specifically will not, and evolution and everything that this movie actually talks about. But there's so much you can actually try to understand and prepare yourself for in this movie that if you have not seen it, you should the moment you can, and then do a lot of research about this movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once is the perfect example of what it's like to mix fantasy and reality, and there hasn't been a movie to do it quite the way that this movie did, and the script and acting and the VFX is stuff from God. There's nothing quite like this movie. You need to see it, so when the Oscars roll around, you'll know what this movie is, because it is bound to win something this upcoming Oscar season. And if it doesn't, then the Oscars are completely messed up. You need to watch this movie. There is nothing like how they instituted and put in what they were trying to say with their movie. There's nothing quite how it was intertwined with each other, where the things that they were trying to tell you did not overly mess up what they were also trying to tell you. Like the plot line wise, there's nothing like how they mixed and mashed those two things together. Well, I hope my number 1 spot was not too obvious for you, as my number 1 spot is Star Wars, the best example of a fantasy movie that really sweeps you up into the world it's trying to take you into. This movie is absolutely amazing. You need to know that there are nothing really quite like Star Wars when it came out. It honestly made the genre of fantasy movies like nothing that it would ever be again. If you have lived this far and never seen Star Wars or anything like that, then you need to watch it the moment you can, just to make sure that it connects you, and it connects you to the world many times over. You can always have movies, and you can always have Star Wars to look back on and connect it to people, connect it to you, and connect it to just the world in general. Well, that is my list. Thank you for watching. If you disagreed, please put them in the comments below. I will be in there. You can tell me what movie you think I should have put in what spot, move my list around, do whatever you want, please. I would more than happy. I'll be in the comments below. Please, go ahead. Put them in down there. I will be in the comments to talk to you. You can listen to all the podcasts on the podcast network, J&A/it, MediaByte, Exploring Cinema. Thank you for watching. You can follow us on Twitter. It is @MediaByteCo, and Instagram is @MediaByteCompany. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace.